keeps like pausing and spit me out. Okay. Okay, I did channel this as well. When we question our faith, it's because we are in an energy of fear, okay? And the way the brain works, when you're in this type of energy, your mind allows the self-doubt in, the energy of assumption, like assuming things. You begin to not have clarity, understanding, maybe projecting onto others, the blame game. And for some, this will even trigger an SOS through your nervous system. All because you choose to not listen to your angels after praying for whatever you needed and wanted. And then ignoring them once they fulfill your request and understanding truth, justice, and whatever. And of course, you will have to learn a lesson the hard way when we turn our back against our intuition after blatantly asking for the answers. When you bluntly ignore your spirit team because you don't agree, believe the signs to be accurate, you will learn the hard way. The lack of every time, the lack of discipline, spiritual maturity, or faith only attracts the energy of victimhood. And that will just lead the universe having to give your karmic lesson wheel another good go of having to repeat a cycle, unfortunately. Damn near every action has a reaction. Depending on what your intent and truth behind your action will determine what your reaction will look like. So I feel like what Spirit is trying to say there is that we are so responsible. We are responsible for our intentions, for our actions, for regulating our thoughts and our emotions. I'm not throwing any stones. This is for me as well. Chicken no biscuits? I'm not throwing stones, hun. Okay? I'm talking about a channeled message I received. And the way it came through was a realization that I had to come to. This ring is a family heirloom. How do you know how I got it? Tone Malone. The necklace goes with it. It's a family heirloom. What the fuck are y'all talking about? Oh, I'm sorry. Okay. Okay, no, I'm not married. This is the right hand. And no, I would not eat one. Okay, so Sorry. That I take responsibility for that, because I assumed that you were trying to say something and you weren't. So therefore, therefore, I was in the wrong. I jumped the gun. I assumed. And this is what I'm talking about, okay? So I do apologize. Okay, so on to the rest of the reading, channel messages. Actually, that's it. I'm gonna pull out the cards. Let's see what we have. Okay, so like I said, the first two cards that we have were flow and ascension symbol. Awaken your inner angel. Okay, let's see. What are you trying to tell us with this energy, Spirit? What are you trying to tell the collective? I was just saying that when Spirit sends you signs and synchronicities as a result to answering your question, it says pay attention to the signs. Expect an answer. It's like when we pray and we ask to see something clearly, and then we don't want to see the answer, or we don't want to accept it or digest it or whatever out of fear. So we turn our back towards Spirit after they've provided what we've asked for, is what I'm getting. And that's card number 11. Let me see what's on the bottom of the deck. It says, open your heart, dare to be vulnerable. Let's see, what else do you want the collective to know at this time? Pool of Christ light. Open your heart and spread unconditional love. So look for the signs. Pay attention, because the answers will come through that you're looking for. There may be something significant about the number 33. And then it says, Pool of Christ light. Open your heart so that you can receive. Allow yourself to be vulnerable so you can help others. Stepping in a place, spiritual warrior. Share you are a wise leader. Command the universe. Command the universe. Yep. Let's see, what else? Tell me more. Cosmic pearl. And that's what I started at the beginning of the reading, talking about testing out my spiritual gifts in different ways and expanding in that sense. And here, that's what it says. expand your psychic gifts. Open the gate to the angelic realms. So I feel like there's a good bit of you that where you used to be invulnerable, I feel as if those walls are starting to come down and tribes are beginning to be built. Tribes of kindred spirits. And with pull of Christ's light here, open your heart, spread unconditional love. And then we have Cosmic Pearl, expand your psychic gifts, open the gate to the angelic realm. And then this card I have. So the card that I had when I came out on my table that was sitting upright instead of just like sitting on top of the rest of the cards was Flow. And that's the card I just pulled. Go with the flow. Relax and trust. Accept what is happening. So as I was talking about transitioning earlier, transitioning, what some call dying or passing away. I'm getting that there's some of you that are starting to recognize the circle of life. The circle of life. Isn't that a song? The circle of life. I don't know. Yeah, if you're dealing with anyone that may have passed or is transitioning or is going through something right now, or you may have lost a close one, whether it be I mean, my dog, she's close to me, and because of her transitioning right now, I have been able to see things differently. And it's crazy because I have noticed with that shift that happened yesterday, that I've been able to relax more and trust that everything's going to be okay, because I know I already have my ancestors here helping me, pointing me in the right direction, showing me the signs, leading me, guiding me, warning me. And I know they are waiting for my puppy, my dog. So it's accept what is happening. Okay, so some of you guys are accepting some sort of realization that has came to you recently. Okay, and you're being asked to be a spiritual warrior, to rise up and lead, command the universe. Okay, tell us more about that, Spirit. It was the bottom card. Spiritual warrior. Show you are a wise leader and command the universe. Show you are a wise leader by walking through truth, by walking through truth and support And at the bottom of the deck, we have Cosmic Emerald. Create perfect health. Access divine abundance. Some of you guys, this shift has really opened up abundance for you. Yes, because you finally realize that everything is one. We're all one. We're one with God. Look for the common humanity. I invoke Lemurian light. Some of you guys may be able to relate with Lemuria, or you are descendant from Lemuria. Then I opened up this card, Pure Intention. It says, find clarity and surrender your ego. Okay. Let's see what the angels have to say. So, the angel card that was flipped over when I walked outside with that flow card was the Ascension symbol, which is awaken your inner angel. So I feel like that's what a lot of you guys have been doing recently, or already have, but are starting to recognize and understand that this is who you are, you know? And like I was showing you guys yesterday, I was burning names. I pause onto there, but I was burning names for these wooden things put on Christmas gifts. And the burner had this, which was the card that was turned over, and it's a symbol. And I was fixated on it yesterday. All right, Archangels, what is it that you want the collective to know at this time? Wow. Archangel Michael comes here for you guys and is telling you to step into your power. So the first card was Ascension. So you're ascending. I'm like almost very sure that that's what's going on here. Is the community, the collective is going through a huge ascension, where they are starting to, you know, the ones who are not quite sure yet are starting to come to terms to why they are placed here on earth. You're finding you're understanding your path, you're understanding your destiny, you're understanding what your purpose here is on life, okay? On earth. In life, on earth. And Archangel Michael is here to tell you that you are on the right track, okay? He's here protecting you, shielding you from any kind of intent, as long as you call upon him. You call upon, I didn't call upon him just now, even though I do always, you know, during my readings, when I pray, throughout the day, things like that. But Archangel Michael shows up as the first card to say, I'm here and I'm right by your side. All you have to do is say my name and I will show up. A big message here too is taking things so seriously. And that's funny that I say that because I said that earlier. There's 29 people here, and I was born on the 29th. That's crazy. That's a synchronicity. Hey guys, how are y'all doing? We have Archaea Joy, which is prioritize play and pleasure. Number 33. Whoa, wait. Number 33, in this deck, it said, look for the signs and synchronicities. Look for the signs, pay attention, expect an answer. The sign is right here, 33. The answer is for you to prioritize time for you to play and pleasure, infiltrate higher vibrational things into your life, everyday life. And if you're struggling with that, everyone has a guardian angel. Ask for help. That's beautiful. All right, Spirit. Angels, spirit guides, ancestors, what is it that you want the collective to take from this? What is it that you want them to know? Okay, 3 cards came out, and I'm going to take them. The first card is bravery. You will face a moment where your bravery must mask your fears to inspire others. That is crazy. And if you've been following me since the very beginning of the live, since I've been cut off twice, I started off talking about fear. It says, wear your bravery. Then it says, furry charm. Luck clings to their fur. Their innocent spirits shield you from misfortune. Draw near them. Okay, so once again, I'm losing my black lab to cancer, to thyroid cancer. And I get emotional because I have to work through the stages of grief. But I love how this card comes out. And if you're familiar with ancient Greek, there is a Greek goddess. Her name is Bastet, okay? Bastet is the Titan lioness warrior princess, or warrior goddess, I'm sorry. I thought I was about to say Xena. No, but she was, she fought in the Titan War, and she was known to have the face of a cat or a lion, a lioness, and she's a goddess. And this has given me Bastet, because what Bastet represents is protection within your dwelling. And something that you guys may know or you may not know, I'm not sure. Some people will put a figurine of Bastet near their front door because, like I said, she's protector of your dwelling, of your home. She's also protector of single parents and protecting their children. But cats and dogs in general, if you have a close connection with a cat or a dog, and I'm sure I'm not actually, I don't know if it works the same way with other animals like birds or you know, if you have a close hamster or something like that. I don't know if it works that way, but I do know for a fact that cats and dogs, okay, as much as they are a protector externally and the sweetest and most kindest loyal lovers ever, animals absorb negative energy that's around you, especially if they are your familiar, your friend, okay? And the way that you can notice this is, or a sign, oh, it's okay, girl. It's okay. It's okay. I'm sorry, guys. She has thyroid cancer. So she keeps like, okay, so the next card is interconnection. Trust your intuition, okay? Yeah, thyroid cancer can be treatable. However, and she's about to do it again. It's okay, baby. It's okay. You're all right. You're all right. You want to say hey? Kona, look. Kona. She's not feeling good. She keeps like hawking up. And every day it keeps getting worse, but it's gonna be all right, you know? She's gonna be okay. Okay, so I've had her for let's see, I've had her for 8 years. Okay. Yeah, she has the heat and blanket, Aaron. She does, thank you. They're just big. Yeah. She's just, you know, they're gonna have their on days and their off days, so. Yeah, she still is. And I bring her little treats, from inside, like I'll bring her some meat or whatever, just to make her as happy as I possibly can, you know? Okay, so so we have being brave, bravery. You will face a moment where your bravery must mask your fears to inspire others. So, to wear your bravery. And then we have furry charm. Their innocent spirits shield you from misfortune. Draw near them. Luck clings to their fur. So as I was telling you, cats and dogs, when you have one that is extremely close to you and protects you, you know, externally and everything like that, they absorb negative energy and around you in your home and things like that. And a sign that you can know if they are doing this is they tend to put on a lot of weight. But it's mostly water weight. But they do put on weight pretty rapidly. Then we have inner connection. Trust your intuition. Okay? Listen to your inner voice in decision making and daily interactions. So like I was saying with this shift that we went through of taking responsibility of our own actions, okay, within ourselves truthfully and within others whenever we step out of line. And here we have throne of doubts. Assert your authority and clarify your stance. An unexpected challenge to your authority will arise, requiring you to reaffirm your command. All right, let's get some tarot. Let's see what's going on with the tarot. Sorry guys, this message, well, sorry, not sorry that this was all over the place. I am sorry for jumping the gun and getting a little sensitive on somebody. You make jewelry? I make jewelry too. Actually, I'll be launching my website here after Christmas. So much going on after Christmas. I am actually moving second week of January. Merry Christmas! You can help me? Thank you. All right, let's see what we have in the tarot. What does the collective need to know at this time? What does the collective need to know at this time, most importantly? Okay. I'm going to shuffle 2 more times. See what's going on with the collective. Please take concise messages. Protect me and the collective from any interferences. And please deliver clear and concise messages. I just saw the Magician. What does the collective need to know? All right. What's going on with the collective? What does the collective need to know? There's a need to prepare for change. We have the autumnal equinox. Okay. This is all about expressing one's gratitude, harvest, things like that. Okay. In timing, this can represent a few months. But there's a need to make long-term plans. Ace of Cups in reverse. Time for reflection. Prepare for change. Time for reflection. Okay, so the Ace of Cups in reverse is Pisces and Cancer. Yeah, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces energy. The Ace of Cups in reverse is someone holding back, repressing either how they feel or just repressing something that they would like to say. This card is telling you that there's a need to tune into your intuition and look inward to take care of yourself. So this is about self-love as well. Loving yourself during a time of having to prepare for some sort of change. Okay. We have the King of Wands in reverse at the bottom of the deck. This could represent a person or a situation that could be very unpredictable, like my dog. Okay, so the King of Wands in reverse represents someone who is unpredictable. They lack energy or experience. This could represent the energy of controlling and tyrannical, ruthless, boorish, or this can be an energy of that, okay? Something very unpredictable. Then we have the Emperor in reverse. Excessive control. And then we have the Nine of Swords in reverse. Emotional anguish. Somebody's going through a transition, just like I've been talking about. You know, Nine of Swords is all about regret and guilt, having really intense feelings and unresolved issues, a lot of emotional baggage. And that's what came out with all in reverse. But with the Five of Cups in reverse, like I said, I feel like somebody's going through a transition here. And with the Five of Cups in reverse, that just clarifies it. Someone's trying to overcome some sort of despair. They're trying to accept change. They're ready to move on. This person is healing and letting go and trying to find some sort of forgiveness. Five of Cups, this is Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. And then we have, let's see. Tell me more. What does the collective need to know? We have the Nine of Cups in reverse. Okay. Nine of Cups in reverse. This is Pisces energy again. This is someone having hollow feelings. Someone could be self-indulging. There could be some addiction issues or overindulgent where it's just excessive. Due to feeling, I feel like somebody's feeling hollow in the way that they're overindulging because they feel empty or imbalanced. Tell me more. We have the Knight of Wands in reverse. Compared with the Nine of Cups, talks about a reckless show-off. So somebody is going overboard and being very, very excessive with their arrogant ways, I guess you would say. Because if you think about a reckless show-off, you know, this is someone who's unpredictable, volatile sometimes, a daredevil, hyperactive, hasty, jealous, holds a grudge. So with the Nine of Cups in reverse and the Knight of Wands in reverse, I'm getting that someone who may have had some sort of resentment is they may see that they were a bit excessive. So it looks like somebody was a bit excessive when it came to the way they express themselves. Tell me more. We have waning moon. This is gaining wisdom. This talks about in 3 to 4 weeks, reevaluating your plans. There's going to be a new perspective. Have patience. Okay. Tell me more. We have the waning moon and the new moon. Okay, so the waning moon is all about gaining wisdom, reevaluating your plans, truly seeing and figuring out your purpose here, and directing all your attention. Sorry, I do that when I cry. And directing all your attention towards this new perspective that you have. And it's going to require some patience. But with this waning moon and the new moon, I'm getting that you're manifesting your desires. And that's beautiful. It says timing 1 month or next new moon. There will be a change in direction. And what's crazy is that with the waning moon, it's reevaluating your plans. The new moon, a change in direction, manifesting your desires, setting your intentions. A new cycle begins. Don't give up. Germination. Tell me more. What's going on with the collective? What do they need to know? We have the Justice in reverse. This is Libra energy. This talks about guilt and blame, not guilt and shame, guilt and blame. This is someone playing the victim. This person feels like they're being shamed and blamed for some sort of imbalance. Tell me more about the Justice in reverse for the collective. We have the Nine of Wands, a test of faith. I feel like somebody feels as if you were testing their faith, or you were testing them, or you were shaming them. Yeah, I feel like somebody feels as if I'm not getting it as a person. I'm getting that the universe has tested somebody's faith. But this also could be a person too, because, who wants... before you connect yourself with somebody, you want to know what their intentions are, right? Tell me more. What does the collective need to know at this time? Temperance. Someone's dealing with a lot of guilt and blame. And now they're lacking perspective. This person is, this is another card for imbalance. We have the Temperance in reverse. This talks about being in discord, self-indulgence. So we have indulgence, indulging twice. Somebody here is indulging in some sort of substance, whether it be alcohol or whatever. We have the Ace of Wands at the bottom of the deck. I'm going to take that as that's the truth. Even though it's more of the Ace of Swords. Let's see. Tell me more about this Temperance in reverse for the collective. Page of Swords. This is thirst for knowledge. The Page of Swords is spying energy. Somebody's spying. Probably, they may have saw you out and about somewhere and kind of watched you for a little bit so they can educate themselves, or this person is extremely curious. I feel like this person is extremely curious in how you are able to temper something in your life with thirst for knowledge here. This person is quick-witted. They're very vigilant. They're very guarded when it comes to communication. This person thinks first. They're educated. Tell me more. What's going on with the collective that they need to know? We have the Ace of Pentacles in reverse. This is a risky endeavor. This talks about an unstable situation, some sort of delay, or ironing out the details. Somebody possibly being greedy or cautious, or possibly revising something, changing something, reviewing something. Yeah, some sort of connection. Tell me more. King of Swords. King of Swords has been showing up a lot. He's in reverse, which is an authoritarian. This King of Swords if this is a person, this person lacks integrity, or they are in the energy, or they have some sort of attachment that has them in this very cold and controlling way. This person is a loose cannon. It says lacks integrity. They're very sharp, but they can be sarcastic. The Ace of Pentacles here combined with the King of Swords in reverse is telling me that if this is a situation and not a person, then this is talking about an unstable situation, or just a messy situation that you should have caution, you should use caution about, that stems from greed and lacking integrity. Yeah, we have the Five of Pentacles in reverse, left out in the cold. This represents rejection, turmoil. Someone feels alienated. Somebody feels like there's been a loss, a change, or a breakup. Tell me more. What else is going on with the collective? We have the Hangman and the Upright, a new perspective. Okay? So like I was talking about at the beginning of the reading, the channeled messages is that within the last 2 days, or possibly, well, it's already the 24th, so on the 22nd, Monday morning-ish, there's a huge shift. And a huge shift can bring about different perspective. And finally having an epiphany or an understanding on certain things. And what's crazy is these two cards that are shown itself. The Two of Cups in the upright and the Five of Cups, Five of Pentacles in the upright, which represents like rejection and breakup and stuff like that. And then this represents like some sort of connection, like a strong bond. It could be platonic or romantic, but this is like a strong bond. And it looks like somebody's having a new perspective. Tell me more. Yeah. We have the Nine of Pentacles. Reward of your labor. So it looks like either you or somebody you're maybe dealing with is experiencing a new way at viewing things. And this rewards of your labor, Nine of Pentacles, which represents like status, abundance, being self-sufficient, being okay with or without a partner. But what I'm getting, like, this is like maturity, fulfillment, on your own, freedom. I just heard letting go. So something about somebody doesn't want to come out. Somebody's having a new perspective when it comes to what makes them feel fulfilled. Yeah. Yeah, where there was, with this hangman and this nine of pentacles, this new perspective, and I feel like the rewards of your labor is the new perspective. So where there was once self-doubt and indecisiveness, negative self-talk, or just like an unwillingness to learn karmic lessons or from karmic lessons, there's a change here. Okay? Tell me more. What else is going on with the collective? Coughing confirmation. Let's see. Page of Wands, energetic powerhouse. Somebody who's a lovable rogue. This person has exciting plans. They're a traveler. They're extremely playful and creative. This person's a free thinker and has charisma. Okay, tell me more. We have the Eight of Pentacles in the upright. Okay. So the Eight of Wands is a bit of a mature energy, immature energy, very childlike. But I'm not looking at the immaturity. I'm looking at all the other qualities. I'm looking at this Page of Wands is extremely creative. They have characteristics to them that are very lovable. This person is not like stunned by life, meaning I'm getting the sense, I just heard paralyzed. So I'm feeling like this person doesn't really find themselves getting like in a place where they're not able to move around. Okay, so this energetic powerhouse is dedicated to their craft. They're very committed to their work. They are working on achieving mastery. This person is most likely self-employed. There's a specialty, there's some sort of detail specialty. Their work, their self-employment, their work it's very specific. I'm getting with the Four of Cups, Pisces, I'm sorry, Cancer energy. I'm getting that this person may feel like they've missed an opportunity, or they're just bored and dissatisfied. This person could be experiencing not feeling motivated due to depression. And if this person's feeling reluctant and weary, possibly, when it comes to something that has to do with their work, with their work detail. Tell me more. What else is going on with the collective? Okay, we have the Four of Swords here. This is Libra energy. There's a time for non-action. So there's a need either for you or another person or whomever this may resonate with. There's a need to go within and silence or try and rest the noise and the chatter up here so that you can recalibrate, so your body can recalibrate. Because when we ascend, which was the card that was turned over on my table, it said, yeah, here it is, ascension symbol. We also go through ascension symptoms. And yes, you may feel them externally, but most importantly, when your body says, I need to rest, you need to rest. Because there's a lot of things changing within, and, you know, recalibrating and, you know, tweaking and almost said twerking. That would have been funny. So you guys have been going through an awakening. Okay. All right. I'm glad this resonates with you guys. And thank you all for the comments. It's really appreciated. Thank you. So we have time for no action. Tell me more. I just feel like somebody's taking a break from possibly the dating life or something. I'm picking up an energy of just somebody's just kind of over it, and right now they're trying to heal and take a break for themselves so that they can realign with their divine purpose and why they are here on this earth. Because, and that kind of like, it very much does correlate with the message that I was talking about at the very beginning when it comes to how much this related with me and my dog that has cancer. It's like it's a transitioning. She's transitioning. And where am I going with this? Okay, we have the Empress here in reverse with the Four of Swords. This is feminine power. This is talking about your creativity possibly being blocked. There's a need to pay attention to your body and if you're neglecting it in any sense. Or this can represent insecurities. So what I'm getting here with the Empress in reverse is that I feel like there's a feminine out there, or quite a few, who are starting to pay more attention to themselves. For instance, I feel like if this person, let's say, lacks responsibility, I feel like they are going through a transition where they are becoming more responsible. Or if this person has been trying to keep like a dynamic together, let's say family, I'm seeing that this feminine energy is most definitely tending to they're listening to their body and what their body is saying and what their body needs in order to show up fully. In order to show up fully. Spirit, what do you mean by in order to show up fully? Faith. I was talking about that. Okay, so if there is, okay, this Empress in reverse with the Four of Swords, time for no action. I feel like this Empress is very much aware of needing to rest. Because when we rest, we heal, right? This person knows that without rest, without taking breaks, their energy is easily depleted. Yeah. Which can put them in a place of lacking inspiration or faith. That's why. We have the Queen of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck in the upright. Okay. Tell me more. What's the closing message for the collective? We have the Two of Swords. This is Libra energy, Libra in the moon, frozen with indecision. So someone's unclear about what path to take. They may be avoiding someone or something due to certain obstacles. So someone's unclear about a certain path to take because of the obstacles. Once again, this person, whoever I'm picking up on, is going through a transition. And that's what I started out with. I'm just saying this is Scorpio energy, death card in the upright, external change. This is a complete renewal someone is having. Okay? This person is frozen with indecision because they're unclear. They don't know. They're unsure. But with the death card here, there's some sort of abrupt change that's coming. A total overhaul, over and out. This could also represent a breakup or a new start. Could represent letting it go, endings and beginnings. There's an ending coming to this indecisive energy. There's someone is going through a rebirth or a renewal when it comes to their perspective on life and of their self and others. This person is letting go of heartbreaker energy. This person is letting go of those who may gaslight them. This person is letting go of resentments. That's heavy. That's big. That's good. And they're revoking offers. Give me two more. Last two. One more. And what's the advice for the collective? What can the collective take from this? Okay. We had the Two of Cups in the upright and the Ten of Cups in reverse. So this could be a companionship or just mutual feelings with another person. You could just be in sync with somebody, or this could even be with like a family member or a partner. But with a loving exchange with the Two of Cups in the upright and then the Ten of Cups in reverse, I'm getting a disconnected family, a broken family. Mutual feelings. I'm getting that two people may be coming from broken family dynamics. Therefore, it's difficult to find balance with an authentic relationship. It's difficult to create balance or find balance in a true, authentic relationship. Misalliance. And the advice here was the Page of Pentacles, laying a foundation, combined with the Five of Wands, personality clashes. So yeah, there's some discord and disconnect when it comes to possibly two people or some sort of dynamic or relationship or some sort of loving exchange that was once there is now very imbalanced and broken, and may be a block in why true authentic relationships aren't coming in. And the advice here is the Page of Pentacles, laying a foundation. There's a need to set your goals. There's a need to ground yourself. Write your goals out. Journal. Expand in your craft or whatever it is that you do for a purpose in a living. With laying this foundation comes with working very, very hard and receiving some good news and maintaining that ambition within yourself and remaining faithful. And not allowing the advice here is to ground yourself, pat yourself on the back, you're doing good, journal about your feelings, set your intentions and your goals, keep your faith, stay strong and goal-oriented and ambitious. And don't allow other personalities or other people's opinions to take you out of your character. That's the advice here. Don't let someone who is opposing you with a temper, or someone who's just not understanding you, stray you away from what you are actually trying to achieve for yourself, if that makes any sense. Aw, thank you. That's sweet. Yeah, there was some sort of loss here, or rejection, or turmoil, or just somebody feeling alienated when it came to a group,